Moments of decision that you make a change. We are creating right here, right now, a community of community builders, of men and women who are like-minded. We need each other to collaborate, to cooperate, and to synergize together so we can move forward. Because you know what? There's many, many men and women right now who today have no idea of this information that you're learning here today. They don't know. They're doing the best they can with what they know. I want you to understand this. We talked about eradicating poverty today, homelessness. We talked about teenagers, we talked about adults. Every man and woman on this planet is just trying to get through life. They're just trying to get through life. And when you realize that every human being on the planet is just doing the best they can to get through life from what they know. And so you're part of something what Justin's created as the vision to travel to all these cities to get people into inspired action so they can make a difference in their families, in their schools, in their communities, in their churches, in their synagogues, in their neighborhoods, so we can make a positive difference to make a difference.
So what is it for you? Where is it for you that you've been holding yourself back, that you've been saying, someday, somehow? How many of you know people, of course it's not you, how many of you know people who have been saying in your lives, if I only knew that person, if I only was able to get to that place, I would be able to do these things in my life. For me, when I was an author, I said, if only I could meet Oprah and be on her show, I would be a best-selling author. That's all it would take. And so I held myself back. Because I said, once I meet Oprah, it'll be a bestseller, and I'm going to attract meeting Oprah, and then just wait for it to happen. Until finally I realized that that's not a prescription for success. But we all do that. We create excuses for ourselves in every area of our lives, in the areas that are holding us back the most. And as we said this morning, we do more to avoid pain than to gain pleasure. So the most important thing for you is to set yourself up for a more pleasurable experience doing the things you absolutely must do than for staying where you are now. Because each and every one of us, it's the easiest thing to do to stay where you are now. You ask drug addicts why they're still drug addicts. You ask battered women why they stay in their relationships. You look at the most destructive people to themselves, why they continue to do the things that they continue to do. And at the end of the day, it's easier to continue doing what you're doing, even if it's painful, because the alternative is even more painful for most people.
And there's things that when you wake up in the morning, if you just apply certain principles and you execute what we call speed and execution, over the next 30, 60, 90, 120 days, you'll see different results. In fact, some of you within 5 days, because it's specific and measurable, will see different results. Because the thing is, you never want to confuse motion with action. There's a lot of people in motion, but they're not in action. So the Success Tour is all about helping you now to move you forward. In just a few weeks, we're going to be in Los Angeles. I want to encourage you to come. Bring some people with you. Why is it important to bring people? I'll tell you the reason why. Because now you start to create a dream team of men and women around you that are like-minded. That's the key thing. You need an environment of people to allow you to grow and develop, who think along the lines like you, so you can create an inspiring life together. And the more people that you can help, then you empower people. Because it's about pushing up people. It's about taking people to the next level in their lives.
You go to these events and you'll have 15 speakers on the stage or 10 speakers on the stage, and they'll all sell you like crazy. They're $1,000 to $10,000 packages. And this event is designed to motivate you, inspire you, and take your life to the next level. And I was noticing everybody walking out, including myself, feeling more exhausted than when I walked in, saying, where's the motivation? Because when you're sold all day long, each and every one of us knows that when people are just trying to take and take and take and take and take without giving and giving and giving and giving, it just doesn't add up right. And the energies didn't match. And so what I've noticed is that a lot of these guys are starting to get less and less and less attendance at their seminars, so people are saying, what am I getting out of it? I'm just being sold all day. And so what we've designed this tour to be is something that's going to give you specific strategies, specific tools, and specific principles that you can take into your life and utilize to really produce success, to really take your businesses and your lives to another level. And so yes, our speakers are going to have offers for you, and yes, our speakers are going to give you specific opportunities that are going to allow you to take your life to an even greater level, but I promise you they're not going to be $1,000, $2,000, or $10,000. Because I don't believe that that's in integrity with who I am, and I don't believe that that's supporting you on any level. They could be some of the best events out there, but ultimately my priority is to serve you in here now and make sure that when you walk out of here, you don't have, how many of you have ever gone to a seminar and they say, if you take one thing out of a seminar today, then that seminar was rewarding for you. Anybody been to those? Anybody heard that? That is the biggest crack of crack I've ever heard in my life. If I spend 8 hours in a room, I want more than one tidbit. Right? If I spend 10 hours in a room, there better be at least 10 things. Right? So our commitment to you today is that you're going to take a lot from this day. It's not just going to be one thing. It's not just going to be 5 things. You're actually going to take specific tools, principles, and strategies you can take into your life and truly, truly influence your life. When I travel, I go all over the world speaking, and they all tell me, you're a great motivational speaker. And to me, I am not a motivational speaker. To me, if you need a motivational speaker, that's your mother's job. I don't believe that it's our job to motivate you. That's something that you ultimately have to take on yourself. And so if you want someone to stand up here and say, you're so great, you're going to do it, that's not me. Now, I believe that each and every one of you in this room can achieve success. I just did a documentary that many of you who are staying this evening will see. It's been updated and revised since 2 weeks ago, so it's the first time we're showing this version of the documentary. We're very excited about it. We just did it, and one of the first questions we asked all of our experts was, can anyone achieve success? We had over 20 people in the film. And all 20 of them said, without exception, absolutely, anyone can achieve success. Now, they also said that it takes a mindset of success to achieve success. That the first and most important element of a successful entrepreneur, a successful business person, a successful person in life is that their mindset is 80% of the game. 20% is what they actually do. But if they don't have that 80%, it doesn't matter what they're doing, they will never produce success. I was listening to someone the other day speak, I think it was either Marshall Silver or Andy Andrews or one of those guys, and they're talking about how people try to produce $1 million with a $5 mindset, and it just doesn't add up. And so what I invite you to consider is that the first step to producing your success is in ensuring that your mindset is a $1 million mindset. That if you don't have a $1 million mindset, you won't have a $1 million bank.
There's something called Rockstar Elevator that I teach people to do. You ever go to trade shows or you ever go to speaker conventions and you're in a hotel, I always tell people, have a big plastic bag with all your products or whatever you offer. So I have these big things, and I hand them out to, I hire 10 people or volunteer 10 people that all they do all day at the conferences is go up and down the elevators with a package of this in the elevator. That's all they do all day, just ride the package. And they talk to each other about how great this guy from the Rockstar System for Success is. So all they do all day long for 8 hours is go up and down the elevator, every elevator. So you should do that because it's
the little things that make the big difference. And what you'll find is when you start doing this, people will want to reciprocate when it's done authentically to them. Does that make sense? The thing is, we're building a community here. Justin has created an Ultimate Success Tour, a global village tour to make a difference. We are pioneers in this room. We are pioneers and we're community builders to now build something that's going to make a difference. And the thing is, it's going to be interesting, the more people that you help and you start to develop other people, then people are going to start to observe you and say, I want to be a part of him. I want to be around him. I want to be around her. When you start doing that, you're going to start to attract people to your life. You see, you get noticed by showing up and taking action. That's how people start to notice you. When you show up, you start taking action. Because you start to be seen. People start to notice you. So the more consistent you are, the people start to notice you.